Welcome to my playhouse, and today I have a little thingy that we're gonna have a look at. But first we're gonna go and save the robot lawnmower because it has gotten itself into trouble again. So it's somehow has driven down here. That's not optimal. So yeah, it's amazing what this thing will do not to be working. So let's see if we can. Nah, no slacking off for you. Okay, back to the video. I have this little plunge pool here, which I'm very happy with. At the moment, it's not really plunge pool weather. And that is also what we're going to be chatting a little bit about, because I have a filter pump over here, and this is absolutely the cheapest filter pump that was available. It has the big issue of running 220, 230 volts, which means that it needs that amount of power. And I really like to run it off of solar, because when I need the pump, the sun should be shining, which is not always the case. But in here I have a little power bank, and I have a problem with the LED staying open. But here's a power bank, and that takes the sun. It should be fully charged, and it is, because I haven't had the pump on for a couple of days. So we can turn the pump on. There, and it starts running, and it draws only like 14, 15 watts. That's not a lot. That's actually pretty okay. The watches is fine, but the issue is that when that pump is running, also the inverter in this power bank needs to run. So what I would really like was a pump that would run off DC instead of AC. Oh, that's rude. Yeah, I got me one of those. So let's go visit that. I'll shut this off. Here it is, and the magic thing with this is that it has a transformer in here. The one that I'm already using, well, that takes 230 volts directly. This one takes 230 volts, but it transforms it down to 12 volt, and 12 volt is very easy to use. It's not a lot of filter pumps that you can get that does this. And I ordered this on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link for it. But they promised me that I could have this by February, and it's August. So it actually came multiple months before they had promised it. I don't know why it was first available in February, or that's many months away from now. And here are some of the specs. It's actually available in Danish. Okay, here it is in English. Pump flow rate 2.3 cubic meter an hour. That's 2,300 liters. And then when it needs to filter it, it's a bit less, 1.9 an hour. So yeah, I do believe that the filter is different from the one that I'm already running, which is a bit of a shame, because then I can't reuse my filters. Also here they show that 12 volt transformer, so let's open up and see what comes with it. They tell me very nicely here not to use a knife, so I'm gonna be using a screwdriver. Screw them! There we are. Comes with a very thick paperwork here for a little pump. So I already see that this is considerably bigger than the one I already have. I think the pipe is probably the same. I hope so, because I was planning on using the pipe that I have already installed. So yeah, this filter pump is way bigger Comes with all sorts of stuff, and the transformer as well, and that was everything in the box. So oh yeah, that filter is way bigger. Okay, so I need new filters for my setup, and it's kind of if we look into it, the pump down there is really not that big. Oh, you can't really see that. Well, we can kind of zoom in and oh, where are we? There we are. The pump in the bottom there is just a tiny little pump, and the rest is just a big plastic thing. So the filters I use in mine is like this size, and I have 4 of them, and I kind of use one, and then I take it in and I rinse it off, and then I dry it, and then I put it back in whenever I need to. But yeah, this filter I'm gonna need at least one more so I can swap it out and do the same thing, but it clearly looks like it has a way bigger capacity than this one, so that is probably okay. Not that that is needed. I was actually perfectly fine with the small filter. So, but yeah, the filter comes off. There, has a very nice tight fit into the lead of it. And then in here there is a gasket, so that this thing goes down and catches the gasket, and then you tighten this on top of it. It's the exact same system as the one that I'm already running. And then there's a thing here to let the air out. Oh, that doesn't come off. That's nice. And so you can change the filter, and then you can open up water again, and then you can let the air out of the filter, and yeah, you're good to go again. Oh, that's a lot of extra stuff. So that is, my pool is not this sophisticated, so it doesn't have all of this, but I'm pretty sure this fits in some of this company's pools. This company, where is it? Intex, yeah. They do plastic pools and metal pools and stuff as well. So let's see the transformer. It's most definitely a coiled one, apparently from 2021. So I'm pretty sure that this C600 unit is going to be using more power than the one that I already have in there. It says 12 volt 5 amps. So if that is true and it uses all of that, that should be about 60 watts. I don't think it's going to use 60 watts because the power supply also says 12 volt 5 amps, and the power supply should really be rated a little bit bigger than whatever the pump uses. But yeah, this is a hefty, well-built pump. It's quite better quality than the one I have, and hopefully in the long run it's gonna outperform it. There is of course losses in a power supply like this, like transforming from 230 volts to 12 volt, you get losses there. But before we do that, I transform it up to 230 volts to transform it down to 12 volts. So it's like double losses. Plus we are also taking that power from batteries and charging those batteries and storing it on batteries and supplying it from the batteries to the transformer or the inverter. Yeah, it's losses upon losses, and by going directly to 12 volt, which we're gonna test this out with 230 volts first, and then I'm gonna cut this cable somewhere, and then we're gonna go 12 volt from there. So we better take out the old pump. You can kind of see the size difference here. Oh, this is heavy, it's full of water. Yeah, we need to get that out of there. And in here, in the pump, I have some valves that needs to be turned off. Otherwise, I'll have water everywhere. And I need to do the other one as well. There's from water coming in and water going out. So I do that every time that I change the filter out. I turn it off. And then it's safe to open this up. All safe and safe. And it's not gonna come out as much water. This isn't too bad, but this is kind of, the filter becomes greenish and all the stuff that it has collected. This is perfectly normal and it has done a good job, so it's not a problem. But this one is going to be looking exactly the same, except I am going to be draining the pool because I am kind of on my way on vacation. So I'm going to try this pump out, and then I'm going to turn it off fish. So I'm going to get rid of the water in it, and then we will release these clamps and change the connectors over to the other one, and I'll get some of that water out, maybe. Yeah. So on the new pump, these connectors are on the same side, so I need to figure out which is water in and which is water out. I think we can manage and figure that out, can't we? One of them has a plus and the other one has a minus. Maybe I need to go and check that out. Sorry, filming has been temporarily postponed because of high humidity. It's raining! Okay, the humidity has gone down a bit. I don't know if you can see. Oh, we did get a little bit of water. I need a screwdriver to get that wire out of there. Okay, I got the cable out. This is what the pool looks like after 3 days of me not messing with it. So the green color comes from the bottom here, and I'm pretty sure that the new pump is gonna work very well. So when I turn that on, hopefully we're gonna be able to make this not green in a record amount of time. I need to go get the power adapter for it because I put that in when it was raining. So power adapter is back out. I need to open for the water again here. So the pressure from the pool. Oh, I see that I have a bad. It's dripping here. I have one of these O-rings that isn't on there right, so we need to correct that. I am reusing the hoses from the previous one. I'm sure the hoses for the new one is equally good quality, if not better, but yeah, it's fine. And then we open the water on the other one. Okay, so now the pressure is on, so I should be able to let out the water. And at some point we get water out. I think that's good. So let's try and turn it on and see what happens. So over here the water should be coming up. I don't know how powerful this pump is, so I'm gonna be ready to turn it off again if this is too powerful. Yeah, it's definitely more powerful than the previous one, but it's good. So this one is drawing quite a bit more. It is doing a bit more water as well. So 42 watts, always fun to see. That's deep. I have a broom in here and it becomes really slimy within a few days. It's really extraordinary. But as soon as I start messing with this, it's gonna, all of this green stuff is just a loose layer, but we can put it over there and we can see that it stays kind of over there, and then it should disappear around the pipe as the water goes is filtrated in the pipe. And this pump should every hour it should just about do this pull once, where the other pump would, that's 3 hours ish, so this should be more powerful. So if I don't disturb the water too much, get a better filtration, the green stuff will eventually fill up the whole thing. But the thicker it is over there, the quicker it is also. And I do have this net to get the stuff off the top, but I found that this also disturbs the water quite a bit, so I usually wait a little bit before I start using that. So yeah, you can see how the green stuff is taking up the whole thing now, or almost taking up the whole thing already. So yeah, really confused how all of this stuff gets in here. I've had the cover on, but it keeps getting in there anyway. Okay, it's I've been filtering out all the stuff that was floating around. Now it just looks like green acid, like the nuclear waste stuff. I should be filming a movie here, and someone would get an acid treatment here. But I have run into a bit of an issue over here. Oops. See all the bubbles that are coming in that pipe. It's not supposed to come bubbles in that pipe. I figured out that it's because my intake over here, it's a very sophisticated system that I'm running here. I have a slit here for intake, and I have a slit at the bottom for intake, and it seems that the pump is so powerful that it sucks the water down into the pipe and also air. So this slit is not big enough, so I could widen this, make a bigger hole so that more water could come in that way. That's just the way that I build it. That's it's a bit too small. As said, I didn't get this pump because it can run out of 230 volts. I got it because it can run out of 12 volt. So we're gonna modify it. Now that I know it works and I don't have to send it back, I can ruin it so that I can't send it back. So we're gonna be doing that. So it's a good thing it has a good long wire here. We're gonna be changing the connection here. So I'm gonna be cutting off this connection here that goes into the power supply, power brick. It would be stupid because this is not a connection that you can just go ahead and buy somewhere. So I'm gonna leave some centimeters of wire so that I have something to connect to if I should ever want to go back. It would be kind of easy to put these two wires back together with something if I leave a little something so that is possible. So yeah, we're gonna do that. There. Not gonna need that. I'm gonna put it on the power supply here so that it doesn't disappear too far away. And I might need it. I might need to connect this and figure out which is plus and minus here. Yeah, but we're gonna be putting on this connector. So this connector is going into this connector, and this is one of those 12 volt connectors, and it has a fuse in here. So there, it's fused. It's good. It's a 20 amp fuse. That's way overkill, but yeah, we're gonna put that on there. Oh dear, I messed up. Dang it, I have messed up. This says 12 volt 5 amps, but there's this little thing here that actually means AC. So I thought this was DC and it's AC. That's not gonna work. And I did measure here. Put these in. And over here it says 13.5 volt AC. And if I go to DC, nothing. There's next to nothing DC. So, oh crap. I'm sure no one will ever notice. That was really stupid that I didn't check that. Let's see if it still works. It should. I hope. Let's see. Yes, it still works. Okay. It was a good idea. I just need a 12 volt DC to 12 volt AC converter. Wonder what that looks like. Okay, the robot is running around and it started to rain again. It's quite a few hours later and the pump has been running. Water is still quite green. By tomorrow morning it would be a lot better. So this was kind of a clusterfuck. I should have seen that, but they didn't advertise the AC part of it very much. So that's a shame. I need to pack up. I don't want the robot lawnmower to cut my solar power cables and stuff. So yeah, I just went on AliExpress and I found that I can get a AC to DC, sorry, the other way around, and DC to AC converter for this project. So they cost next to nothing and they will do plenty of power for this project. It claims to be able to do 200 watts. I only need about 40 because it uses about 40 watts. But yeah, this was unfortunately quite a disappointment that I didn't see that. So yeah, I will have to go back to the drawing board. Very nice green acid water here. But thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so you can see me again. If you have some other fine suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. I would like to see what you would suggest. Not about the green water, but about the pump, please. Yeah. Have a good day. Bye bye.